Hi, welcome back to Tool Talk. I'm Sharon, and as always, I'm here to give you my honest opinions about my favorite tools, and I'm here to demonstrate for you whether or not these tools are going to be the right tool for you. So today, we are talking about foot pedals. Yes, you can get different foot pedals for your flex shaft. So the most common flex shaft that you can get is by Fordham. That's really what all of my flex shafts are. I have three of them, two of them currently in use and one in reserve. And I found over the years that the foot pedal that came with my Fordham flex shaft wasn't quite sensitive enough. And a friend of mine years ago had told me about this other foot pedal, and I searched high and low, and I finally found the company that makes it. Just a little disclaimer, I don't actually get paid for any of these reviews. I just really, really love this foot pedal. So I'm going to talk to you today about what the differences are between the foot pedal that comes with the Fordham flex shaft, or even the Arbe or I think Prodigy. I don't know. There's another flex shaft that I can never remember the brand name of, but I believe that this foot pedal that you can get separately will work with any of the flex shafts that you can get on the market. So let's pause for a moment and take a look at the two different foot pedals. Okay, so on this side here, we have the Fordham foot pedal. This is the one that came with my flex shaft. And on the other side here, we have the Lucas foot pedal. It is sometimes called the Lowboy, or I believe the number 9. It is put out by a company that produces some casting equipment and I believe some tools for the dental industry. A lot of dental tools and jewelry tools have a lot of crossover. And so this one, I believe, I will try to link to the website in the comments, but I believe it's by Lucadent or Lucas. If you do a Google search for Lucas Lowboy foot pedal, you should find it. There's only one company that makes it. There's only one company that sells it. And there's a lot that I like about it, but let's show, first of all, what exactly the Fordham foot pedal is doing. So, let's see, it's attached to this guy. So I'm just going to run it. I'm just pressing lightly. And do you hear how it just picks up really suddenly? It's just like, vroom. And I'm trying to press as lightly and as slowly as I can. And it really just goes from 0 to 60 really fast. And that is fine, actually, for some projects that you do. You might not need it to be as sensitive if you're doing some kind of polishing, maybe, or just drilling, or there are some tasks that you can do where it doesn't necessarily need to be that sensitive. However, if you're doing a significant amount of stone setting, pave, or flush setting, and you want something that's a little bit more sensitive, listen to this guy go. Hear how slow that's going? So that, in a nutshell, is why I've preferred the Lucas foot pedal. Now, my understanding is that with your Fordham foot pedal, one of the things you can do, let's see if we can get a good view of that, is adjust this screw in here. My experience, and by the way, if you've had a different experience, I would love for you to leave it in the comments on this blog post. But my experience has been that even when I loosen or tighten this screw, that it doesn't adjust enough for me to get those super, super low speeds. And there are times that I really like those low speeds and times when I really like the high speeds. And so the variety that I get out of this foot pedal is just, it's just been better. And once again, not a judgment call. If you can't, if this came with it and you don't feel like spending the extra $50 on a different foot pedal, I totally, totally get that. But if you are looking for an upgrade, if you've struggled with certain tasks with the Fordham foot pedal and your flex shaft, it might be worth checking out this foot pedal, which, by the way, looks like a very happy duck from this angle. The other thing I really like about this is how heavy it is. And this isn't going to be true for everyone, but for me and for the way that my feet work and for the tightness of my calves, pressing down on this from a higher height and being able to make my foot go lower has been much better for my calves long term than this one where you're just kind of like starting off. Plus, like this one without the sensitivity, it's been harder to control, and it's created a lot more tension in my calves over time. So broadly speaking, I've just enjoyed this more. And in fact, for both of my flex shafts, I replaced them both with the Lucas foot pedals. I actually only plugged in the Fordham one for demonstration. I happen to have it sitting around. So I've learned to prefer this over time. I've never been able to find the Lucas foot pedals at any of the jewelry supply companies. I don't think I've ever seen it on Rio's website. I don't think I've ever seen it on Otto Fry's website. You're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong. The only place I've ever found the Lucas foot pedal is directly through the company on their website, so I would highly recommend checking it out. But once again, if you've ever struggled with certain tasks with your flex shaft and you think that it's you messing up, maybe it is. It's really hard to say without seeing you work, but you might want to try the Lucas foot pedal and see if that extra sensitivity, if that ability to hold at a low speed maybe makes things easier for you and helps you in your work. Once again, thank you so much for joining me for Tool Talk. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter so you can get these delivered right to your inbox, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you'll be updated whenever there's a new Tool Talk. This is so much fun for me, and I hope it's really informative for you. Please, I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments on the blog post, leave your comments on the YouTube video. I would love to hear from you, and I hope that today's Tool Talk on foot pedals was really helpful for you. Thanks so much for joining me.